Come on in. The weather's fine.
The weather in the desert. Life
Yes.
needs
Well,
things to
sometimes it
live.
rains.
You don't say as I go to a desert. Here's an example of that not happening.
All right, it takes a crap ton of motors for this too. I'm going to be hauling motors all the way over there. Thank you, to-do list. Giving our steelwork something to do.
Ah. Okay. So last session, we got stuff. We have a turbo power plant in the making.
I'm on it.
What's Nick's doing?
I'm doing the iodine infused filters real quick.
Gotcha. And I am going to start planning and scouting a Tier 8 products factory. So, probably going to be heat sinks, cooling systems, fused modular frames, and turbo motors all in one. Lovely.
Okay, I really like how you've got the truck path. The side bumpers are the big beams. I
Yeah,
like that. That's nice.
that was a pain and a half to get in place, but I did it because I don't trust the truck to not fall down anymore.
Understandable. It's just a neat aesthetic, though. It's like, okay, here's these kind of little guardrails.
Oh, yeah, to do the diagonals there. Yeah, that works.
Okay, I know there's a bunch of computers hiding over here somewhere.
I can hear you feathering that acceleration in the recorded movement.
Oh, really? It does that too?
Yep.
That's funny.
I'm almost certain it's just an input string.
Well, it doesn't do it well because I certainly didn't have to do a 3-point turn at the drop off, but it does that every time.
Oh, maybe not then. Maybe it is just a waypoint system.
Oh, right, we've got all that over there. Right. Thump.
Sorry, just kind of admiring the urban sprawl for a bit before I go deep into spreadsheets.
Understandable.
Or, more accurately, the planner and our parts catalog so I can cross-reference what alternate recipes we have. Oh, boy.
And then
So
figuring
rolls
out
to
if
make.
it's going, one of them is going to justify a big hard drive hunting spree.
Yeah. So we'll need to make these, and these. To also, I mean, all of these really, but like the ones we can get with the most common parts are kind of in this strata here. We can kind of get these all at once if we plan it right. And we want to, because frankly, even if it's more complicated, why build two factories when you can build one?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If they have enough common ingredients.
Yeah.
Although we did build two factories instead of one to begin with because we just outsourced the aluminum ingot production to its own thing. You know.
But we needed more.
Yeah. What would have been the feeder to this thing initially, but it is now just going to be train delivered instead, which gives us a bit more freedom to source everything else.
Let's get that started. Some conveyors going.
Alright, so let's set up our outputs. I'm using the Satisfactory calculator site pretty blatantly at this point. Heat sinks. Because the thing there being, like, at a glance, it will tell you, like, how complicated your setup is going to be or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty valuable in and of itself.
Yeah, you can look at that and go, wait, that's going to take how many? Oh,
Oh dear.
are you?
So heat sinks, fused modular frames, cooling systems, and turbo motors. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big chart, all right. Let's see if we can whittle that down a bit. Starting with the end products, we don't have any... We don't have any alts for the turbo motor. So that will just be... Oh, that's going to require RCUs, isn't it?
Yep.
That's going to be lovely. That's going to be computers. Or no, crystal oscillators. Yeah, crystal oscillators, aluminum casings. Computers. Lovely. This is why alts are going to be very important. We also don't have any alts for fused modular frames, so those are going to be the same. At 1.5. That's a follow. From Gadget Girl Games. Okay, hello, thank you. This is going to be a very boring part of the stream, but feel free to lurk and just hang out while I talk through this nonsense. Actually, let me see if I can get this thing on screen real quick.
Yeah, I almost wish we had some kind of like multi-stream switching system. Because, like, and here's what other player is doing.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Like,
require...
yeah, I could get a stream going, but like I don't have any of that set up yet.
A multi-stream would be fun.
I could, but then it's like, okay, which stream are you supposed to be following? Are you supposed to be watching Spud? Are you supposed to be watching the Duck? I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to complicate things that way.
Yeah.
Shift that opacity too far.
I think at this point it would be one of those we could boot up a multi-stream if people really wanted to see other perspectives. But I don't think it's necessary.
Nah. It was more of an idle speculation rather than a I wanted to actually do this.
All right, I've got
Absolutely.
the window up for a bit. Since this is where we're going to be playing for a little while. So yeah, it doesn't look great right now. Let's see if we can whittle that down.
Speaking of things that don't look great, I really don't like the way this...
All right, so cooling systems, we do have an alt, and it takes rubber out and puts motors in. Which might actually work because we're going to be making motors anyway.
Your idea intrigues me, and I would subscribe to your newsletter.
How many cooling systems do you want? You want 7.5.
What do you mean I only have 150? Oh, crud. Good thing I'm harvesting concrete from these train lines because I didn't bring any concrete with me.
The alternative would be rubber and water.
Well, that was smart. Super duper smart. Oh, look at all those poison pillars down there.
This is still a fair bit. And a lot of overlapping paths. Well, let's keep that in mind for now. As for heat sinks, it can be copper sheets or rubber, basically. Casing in rubber or copper or aluminum sheets and copper sheets. Hey, how goes the tech tree? You can look at my calc window for how it's going. The thing is, no, if I take rubber out there, well, I'm gonna need rubber anyway for the turbo motors. Maybe that's faster anyway. Maybe I don't.
What do you mean
use
it's
the alt.
not long? Oh,
Maybe I don't use the cooling system alt.
not long enough.
What if I don't? Does that
Or
actually
too
simplify
long.
things? Well, it means I'm gonna have to get water, but like I need rubber anyway. If I swap out the heat sinks, okay.
Oh, right. The drone port has been delivering sulfur all this time.
Let's,
Oh, I need. Well, it's a good thing I'm right next to the aluminum building location because I need more.
any more confusing than you suggesting non-nabbed alt recipes? It's about the same. Let's go ahead and remove some of this. We need how many aluminum ingots? Oh boy. Let's just say we have an input of like 400 or so aluminum ingots. Which we need to turn into casings for both the FMFs and the heat sinks, which is relatively simple as these things go. Yeah, we're getting there. Do need some quartz, though. How can we get that? Crystal oscillators. We should have an alt or two for that, right? We don't? No, because they were all worse.
Yeah, they were all. You want to use what? Yeah, we have none of the alts for that.
But the crystal oscillators are used for the radio control units. So what if? No, we should have an alt. We do have an alt for that, which says heat sinks.
Yeah, the
high-speed
only
connectors.
crystal oscillator alt is the one that uses AI limiters.
AI limiters wouldn't be that bad at this point, honestly. They would have been bad when we first found them. At this point.
Well, it's true. I mean, insulated crystal oscillator is quartz crystal, AI limiters, and rubber versus the regular one, which is quartz crystals, rips, and cables.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very different beast.
Boy. Oh, there's a number of these that get ugly fast.
I'm also looking at how I'm going to basically redo the power around these blenders. And then I need to build basically an underfloor power network so I can hover around safely down there running sulfur delivery in underbelts.
Is that updating correctly when I move that around? Okay, just want to make sure. Didn't want to have to come back to it later and be like, oh, it just never moved while I was playing around with the window. Whoops.
Ooh, we can kind of go across that.
Why are you moving? Stop that.
Put that, but all right.
Let's just put it in the center.
Okay.
It's visually busy, but whatever.
Ooh, does that clip? I almost don't care if it does.
Alright, we're using that alt. Would that be better, though? Would high-speed connectors be better? We need to source Caterium then for this process instead of quartz.
Ooh. Ugh.
Yeah, that neither of those are good options there.
Okie dokie. Iodine infused filters are now automated.
Wow. Nice. Where are they?
Megatron storage.
Ah. Good stuff. You're just droning them in from elsewhere?
No.
Oh, they're just
They are getting made literally right outside the building and being put back into the building.
Oh. Well then.
I'm just siphoning off some of the gas filters that are being delivered to turn them into iodine and put them back in. It means I had to do a bunch of long, gross conveyors, but it's done.
All right then.
It's not like our excess aluminum casings down here were going anywhere, so they now have a use. I'm not taking them straight from the aluminum casing storage bin. I'm siphoning off what's coming out of the constructor, but...
Oh, man, putting everything together. I mean, making one of these products would be complicated enough. Putting them all together to make 4 products is... Oh, boy.
Okay, now my other thing. I need to... Oh,
all right. I'm going to say radio... I'm basically working backward, basically from the end and working backward to try and optimize. And I'm going to say radio control units, I think it's better off using the standard than... better off using the standard recipe there. HMF.
Yeah, it's
not great.
May not be ideal, but trying to make heat sinks and high-speed connectors, and like all of them are complicated products, like a computer. And
the computer alt will
will
also require Caterium.
Oh boy.
As opposed to what is currently required, which is
all the way down there?
A decent amount of copper, really. It's not too bad yet.
Is there really not a better location for me to go
circuit boards?
Steelwork?
We've got a bunch of alts for those. Oh boy, copper sheets and plastic, copper sheets and silica, rubber and petroleum coke, plastic and quick wire. Hold on. Oh, that could be real dumb.
There's iron heights that I could turn into a steelworks, but that's not great. Ugh. All my options for another steel location are bad.
Happens when you've already burned all the really good places to do things in your Satisfactory game.
Oh, that's a really good spot. But I'd have to go all the way out there.
much oil would I need?
I might have to go
Like,
on a very, very
A
long
lot.
journey.
A lot.
Come on, don't you do this to me.
All the way down south is what I'm looking at.
To do
Building
what?
out over that lake. To build wait, what all do I need?
So, here's this crazy idea. The rubber
Coal,
and
iron,
petroleum
copper.
coke to circuit boards recipe might come in handy in this one instance.
Wow.
Okay.
Because I need to make a lot of rubber for a lot of these parts anyway. The heat sinks, the cooling systems, the turbo motors, all want rubber. Which means I'm going to be making heavy oil residue, which is going to be sunk into petroleum coke anyway. So what if I just use some of that rubber and petroleum coke to make circuit boards for the computers?
I mean, yeah.
See it?
Means rubber is going to be all over the goddamn place, but... And then, some plastic for the computers.
I don't know why it does that, but every time I'm on my map for a significant period of time, suddenly my mouse sensitivity drops the floor.
Huh.
Don't know why it does that, but opening up the map and closing it fixes it. So, Okay, I'm gonna go get a radar tower out desert because I'm not finding a good location that has iron, copper, coal, and deuterium in one location. I think this next steelworks is gonna suck no matter where I put it.
Okay, but what if... but, okay. No, I need to make the choice of whether I'm throwing in quartz or deuterium. I don't want to add both, if at all possible, so... And right now I only need, like... 60 units of raw quartz. Yeah, no, that's not even a choice. So it'll be standard operating procedure there. Because this does not require that. Oh, this is like laying out the spaghetti is going to be the worst part of all this. Okay. Crystal oscillators, computers. Okay. You don't need that much cable, you're fine.
Thankfully, getting to the other desert is pretty easy since we face hypertubes almost all the way out there.
What we do need is a whole crap ton of iron, and not a small amount of coal as well, and a limestone. Alright, HMFs. Is there a better HMF here? We have an alt. It's just like mostly the same products, except swapping the screws for concrete? That's good, actually. First, let's make sure cast screws is enabled. That'll affect things.
How did I miss that? Oh, because I missed that. Oh, good job.
Heavy flexible frame. Oh, no, wait. We got... No, that is the alt. No, wait, is it? Oh, we don't have heavy flexible. No. No. There's one we don't have. Heavy encased frame is what we do have. Let's see if that... maybe.
So what all do I need this new steelworks to make, Dad?
The main thing you care about is pipes. Come on.
Alright, I'm gonna step away and be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not fall down. That is a long way down.
Pipes.
Because basically what you're doing is you're getting stators.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, if I go with the Caterium recipe, we get way more stators. Which is why I need to find a spot that's got iron, coal, and... we only have the basic steel pipe recipe.
Yeah, you can't make stairs without steel pipes. There's no way around that. They do
We
not give you
do
salt
at
for that.
least have the iron ingot to and coal to steel ingots, which is way more steel. It's another step in the process, but steel.
Alright, so some food has arrived, so I'm going to quickly nom that down while my brain chews on this.
Works.
Metaphors, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, the blenders are not powered, but there are power leads next to their power leads that are powered, so that I can hover over them. And if you look in the Discord, you'll see that where I'm running the beam goes
Clips
right
a little,
in
but
front of those windows, and it's just like, nope, the effect is too cool. I can't let it. I can't complain.
Yeah, I find the ideal location. Place radio tower.
Quite get there. We'll put it there. That's fine. Ooga chaka. Okay. Figure out a safe, haha, way to build a sulfur delivery system under the floor of a platform that is a couple 100 meters above a lake. What could possibly go wrong? Why is there...
Oh, dang it. Okay. All right. You want to go, bastards? I got you.
Why that is. Okay.
I am not dealing with you little bastards today.
Crap up with which we shall not be putting.
Okay, they're dead. Stingers are dead. I'm so glad they're dead. Stingers. I was like, why am I hearing skittering noises? Ugh.
There's only one reason.
Mm-hmm. No.
We have to move that again, and I don't want to move it again.
Okay.
And I'm back.
There's only one Caterium spot out in this desert. Really? It's a pure. There's only one.
Something, anyway.
Oh, I just plopped down a radar tower smack dab in the middle of the beginner desert, so now we can see everything out here. Another good nitrogen gas location.
Don't you put that evil on us, Pulsar. We know it's been 30 years since Mist and Doom. We don't need to know that.
Why? Why would you do that to me? I didn't need to know this. I don't want to think about what I turned this year. Okay, stop it.
Authority means 6s.
Oh, so many screws.
Iron, copper, iron. That's a good. Good quartz. No.
Hmm.
Now to bin a bunch of the sulfur that the drone's delivering.
Down there.
Oh, I suppose you did put 85 in your handle, so you have that constant reminder. I suppose that's fair. EIBs, is there a way to improve those?
Now we're all going to get earwormed with 1985.
Hmm. Can actually. We can just make that steel pipes instead of steel beams. Hmm.
Yes, I know. Unauthorized hostility. Boo-hoo. You can't reach me. I'm floating in the air above you little bastards.
One.
Of course my mouse died. Alright. Does that more or less simplify things? It does.
So,
Slowly converging on a slightly more coherent production graph. Oh boy. We're using that heatsink recipe, right? Yeah. Actually, what if we just say you only really need like 7.5 of those? Just an even 3 there.
Well, having placed 11 conveyor lifts, sorry, 12, I have now committed to the prospect of doing this underfed sulfur, which now means I need to hover for my life underneath all this.
Gonna need a lot of oil, though. Oil and rubber is gonna be the huge part of this. Oh, regular mod frames. There's several ways to do that. Oh, right. Right. Those require rips, too, which means...
Guess who's chartering a train home?
Offsetting that for... yeah. No, let's not add more rubber into this, please. How many do we need? Like 6? Yeah, the plate and wire for rips. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I want to make a bunch of quick wire.
Yeah, stitched iron plate still giving dividends. Just gotta
One of the good ones.
Working the wire into that.
Are you actually? Of course, I forgot to stock up on the one thing I made.
Yeah, I'm at the same point. I'm like, oh, look at the cables I don't have.
Look at the steel pipes I don't have.
Still don't need too much in the way of copper ingots. Ingots to wire is still pretty efficient. Though there's no way to make that more efficient without adding caterium, and no, I've already decided no.
Yeah, I unfortunately need caterium to make the good stator recipe we do have. I have to figure that out.
Oh yeah, stator. I do need motors.
Where else?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I gotta use steel pipes and wire for mine. Rotors? Do we have a good ult there? Copper sheets. Oh, steel pipe. We have steel pipes and wire to rotors, which I'm gonna be making steel pipes anyway. If I can take rods out of that, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I'm already using steel for steel rods, so. How many ways can I just consolidate all of my product usage here? Just lean more on steel. Steel and copper. Would that help though? My goal is to simplify this graph as much as possible. The results so far are questionable. Stators be the same. Yeah, I don't want to use the caterium one. So, wire it is. And I could take out the screws and just make it steel pipes and... I mean, goodness gracious, the more I can just take screws out of this whole thing, the better.
I want to make minor Mark IIs now. Okay. Do the
There are
float of
some portable miners in the first communal bin, so you don't have to actually make new ones.
Oh, nice.
Like 3 of them in there,
Mm.
so it's at least enough for one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make quite a few because I need to, for the time being, just making stators. I need iron, the coal, and
Steel rods. Steel pipes. Steel pipes going to like 4 different places.
I want to make a lot of steel pipes. I believe I'm also making stairs.
Like, it can't hurt to have another stash of steel beams. We always need steel beams.
I'm actually taking steel beams out of this.
Well, I was just saying in general.
In general, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Like, you
just
need them
need to
for the
make
steel
pipes,
frame
but
foundations, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. This might actually be complicating things more just by virtue of having so much crossover, though. That might have actually been the opposite of what I wanted here. Let's take that one out. I just live with using iron to make... iron to make rotors. Well, I mean, okay, but it's the choice between making 1,000,000 screws or making 1,000 steel pipes.
Oh, screw.
So that that actually swings it back the other way. And I think it's more efficient on the iron side. I think I've cut down the iron I need in half overall with this. And then there's the rubber requirement up here. Ugh. This is monstrous, not gonna lie. But I think I've still cut down the number of nodes considerably. A bunch of these are kind of at the end.
Oh, right, I put up that big nightlight, didn't I?
We don't need that many cooling systems on hand. How much can we...
Forgot I put up that big pink light.
Right, we're using the normal one instead of that, so... 7.5... 6, 12, we need... 4.5? Yeah, so we just have 2, and then we just send it to turbo motors and store overflow. Oh, man, Oh, is that gonna be it? Mod frames. I could once again... Yeah, I've got steel rods in there, but I could just take that out and replace it with... more steel pipes. I don't know, that might be actually a bit too stupid, though. I don't need that many, and that's at least a clean number.
Oh, that's why I would need copper. I could get electromagnetic control rods automated.
Which is a thing we're trying to do. So yeah.
Okay, okay. My brain has come full circle now.
Yeah, that was where we're headed.
Apparently
Okay,
steel
I
pipes
can.
feed into a bunch of alts. Just so many steel pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've turned everything around on me. Good job. We have not picked up a single alt for iron plates.
No.
Yeah, this is starting to look like a
For
conspiracy
rips?
corkboard, yeah. Not rips, just regular plain basic iron plates. We have not gotten a
Are
single
there
alt.
alts for that? I mean, you take a piece of iron, you turn it into an iron plate. I don't think. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. There are some weird ones that, like the hyper output ones, aren't there?
Yeah.
Isn't there one where you add in like concrete to make more or something?
It's concrete or silica or something weird like that. Yeah. Okay, time to tell the duck taxi to become a full-time running concern.
Oh, I should probably start doing that with my train so I don't have to make this wreck every time I need something. Like,
Oh,
I
God.
technically have enough know-how to build a train station out to this new steelworks I'm making. But at the same time, I'm just like, I
Silica
worry
plus steel?
greatly.
Goodness gracious, no.
Edit timetable.
I mean, it would just take a quick trip to the wiki, but I mean, we don't have it, so it's a moot point anyway.
Save. Turn on
Motors, we got no
self-driving.
alts. Using steel rotors.
Yeah, I say the two alts for motors are terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just genuinely terrible.
Oh my. No, this is extremely stupid. But it might be it.
Well, that was interesting. My train started entering a thing after it got a green light, but another train also started moving, so my train stopped.
Hmm. This is still unbelievably
I see Duck
absurdly...
Taxi right in front of me.
Hi, yes, and we are contributing to a 4-train pileup here.
Oh my.
Now it's clearing, though. I mean, this isn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Once that guy moves just up a little bit further, I will be free to go. And
And then
then,
I'll be free to go.
yeah, we're good. Off we get.
Oh, gosh. Really? This is what we're doing? High five on the weekends already. Memories. Oh, gosh, this plan. I'm going to need to make so much rubber, though.
Should get a green light now, right? Game. Oh, because Bat Boy hasn't moved yet. I have some
Okay.
signal improvements to make along the great
10,
long stretch between here and the
24,
original aluminum site.
6. And there we go. Bring that down to just 3. We just want to keep the excess. We don't need to. Would you rather I've said I-405 in rush hour? No. You can just kind of stop if you want. I think that's allowed.
Oh, goodness. That train is so far away, and I am so not moving.
Oh,
I
this
have
is...
got to introduce some blocking signals in here.
Casings, yeah, heat sinks.
By the way,
Yeah.
trains really don't like starting on the steeper incline.
Oh, I bet. Oh, this is really abusing some of these alts. Do I have a... Nope, nope.
I'm looking down at Mothra.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
He's having a realization.
I can take coal out of this.
Oh.
Can I? How many ingots do I need? Oh, I'm going to have so much heavy oil residue to work with. Okay, let's see what happens if I add that alt to things. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm in the center of that. Not that it really matters, but...
Which all goes to steel pipes. Wait, oh, jeez.
I forgot another thing. Are you actually
Wire
kidding
goes to
me?
4 different places. Steel pipes go to 4 different places. Rubber goes to 4 different places. I've consolidated, but also made... Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's probably still fewer nodes, just more spaghetti. And cutting down on the number of buildings this involves was kind of the goal. Because, I mean, if you can just connect the rest with spaghetti, then that's really it. Oh. Okay, so the bad idea I've just implemented is using the iron ore and petroleum coke recipe to make steel ingots.
Okay.
Because that means I don't have to bring in coal. I just need to use the gobs of heavy oil residue I'm already making.
Oh, yeah.
For all the rubber that's going into everything. Wait, why are you splitting up the rubber here? Oh, the chart actually overcomplicated it because it split the rubber into 2 sections.
Okay, why? Oh, I need to connect those. I really do need to connect those. Power all along here. Burn. That's bad.
I'm not in the train station, so I can't tell my taxi equipment for me.
Alright, so 31 constructors, 19 assemblers, 18 refineries, 8 smelters, 6 manufacturers, 6 resource oil extractors, 4 oil extractors, 3 blenders, bunch of miners, like 3 foundries total, and half a water extractor. For 2,000 megawatts of power.
And the proverbial partridge in a pear tree.
I'm gonna sit and think on that for a second. Decide if that's really what I want to do with all this. It's not like we don't have the power.
Why aren't you going anywhere, right?
Here I am, the guy who's not really a big fan of heights.
Off on that cliff, yeah.
Oh, no. It's much worse than that. In the words, mortal words of Bruce Banner in the first Avengers movie. Oh, no, this is much worse. I have just sent to Discord.
Ah, yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would do it. Hovering under a platform with the power of power, yeah.
That is why all these power leads are here, is so I can... Oh, I'm going to have to build walls and floors so that I can set the splitters on them.
The train at Quickwire for supercomputers isn't going anywhere. It's not leaving.
Eh?
It is stuck at this train station, and I don't know why.
Alright, this might be the most monstrous Satisfactory planner I've ever put together. But I think it's what I'm going to do.
You've got...
I've pasted it in the Discord.
Oh my. I love that they instead of saving like a JSON file or something. They just say, here are all the pieces
It's all in
in the
the
URL.
URL, yeah.
Oh, that made it happy. I'm
So
going to say
backing
there's a
up my
blocking signal
train,
problem.
backing up my train made that train happy. Because my train was stuck behind it and it wouldn't leave.
Might have a blocking signal lack somewhere. That's interesting.
Because it seems the block signal at the end of the train station gets blocked when there's something behind it.
I'm probably missing a block signal somewhere later on.
I'll address that next time I'm out there, see what I can do to fix that.
Cool.
All right, so for this plan, in terms of raw materials, I'm going to need... I'm just going to open up this notepad file for myself. 458 crude. So much crude oil for this one.
That wasn't working.
Oh, okay, there's a tab for that. But the aluminum ingots we're shipping in. Raw quartz, 60 raw quartz. 60 water. Doesn't take much. Because I'm just making some of the final products like at one manufacturer or blender pace. 108 limestone. 173 copper. And 221 iron. Crude oil, quartz, water, limestone, copper, iron. With most of that being the crude. So this is going to happen near an oil field. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close that window now, because now... With that... Oh, I spent an hour on that. Good grief.
Oh, jeez,
Where
it's been
does the
an hour
time go?
already? Where's the time going?
Oh my goodness.
This is going to be a multi-session build for this, I can already tell.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be the same with my steelworks, yeah.
You're making steelworks again?
I'm making a stator and electromagnetic rod focused steel thing, but yes.
Gotcha.
And have separate storing bins for stators. AI limiters, I believe, is the one I'm going to go for.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't decide. Because I can go either for AI limiters or the high-speed connectors. I'm kind of considering the high-speed connector version for the electromagnetic rods because I can make the wires I need out of Caterium as well and cut out copper needs entirely.
Oh right, I also need nitrogen, that's right. Sorry. I actually was legitimately not listening. Sorry. I need a lot of nitrogen gas for this, goodness.
I'm glad
yes.
I don't have that problem.
Like, I don't expect it'll be difficult to get with the right fracking site, but still. I'm going to be tapping one fracking site to service all of this production, so it should be fine. So I've cut out coal, cut out Caterium. I still need a little bit of quartz, so that's probably going to be the biggest one, is just whatever unclaimed quartz we've got. Uh-oh. Plus being real close to a lot of oil. Plus nitrogen. All that pure nitrogen. Oh, we might be down here.
You know what? I might as well just freaking power
copper,
these because I need to see their resource usage
oil.
actually go in.
Well, one overclocked pure will handle all my oil needs, really. Water.
Oh, are you gonna go down to the south to the beginner forest area? I was looking at that originally, but it's just like it doesn't have the Caterium I need.
I'm actually thinking the southeast Mushroom Lake.
The where who? I don't think I've ever been. Huh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because the
Just
minute I heard you
east of
saying
the-
what's down there,
East of the starting forest is a big ol' crater
big ol'
lake with oil, coal, iron, some limestone, some copper. It's near that.
Oh, there's a singular Caterium not far from there, actually. I didn't see that one.
Is there a Caterium there?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Oh, sure is. One of those
Right
coppers
next to
is a
that
Caterium,
water
yeah.
node.
Yep. So yeah, it's a pretty resource rich spot. It's just that building there is a bit tricky because of all the giant mushroom formations, giant mushroom trees.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a pretty resource rich area.
Yeah. My steelworks I'm building over there.
Oh, you're building up there?
Yeah.
Northwest-ish?
Yeah, the south part of the starting desert. Because there's pure
Tempest
copper, pure iron, pure coal, and I've already got the pure Caterium
this
tap.
area might be changing next update? Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
That actually does kind of factor into my decision a little bit.
Yeah. Eventually, at some point, I need to run out to the starting forest and get a
Radar tower there, yeah.
Yep.
Also, kind of need one on the west coast as well to get the western oillands.
Yep.
We've almost got this. We've almost got the entire map mapped.
Yep.
That's kind of like wild.
Once I've got my steelworks done, probably next session, I'll go and get the last 2 radar towers up that need to be up. So I'm thinking I only need to make a couple more radar towers and we're good.
Yeah. Ah, jeez. So this is basically a planning session. I'm not really doing anything right now. I mean, I could go out and do some scouting and plant down some radar towers. That's basically what I did last session. I could finish up that job.
Yeah.
While I'm still
get a radar tower there
and there.
Yeah, right in that central
right
area.
There, yeah. Oh, I know that beginner forest well. That was my initial starting zone.
Same.
I've almost never been there. Like, I've driven through it once or twice, or parts of it once or twice, but never built anything there. My
first base after Dad bought me the game was out there when I was still learning.
Is there a better spot, though? The Mushroom Lake hasn't been updated since it was first introduced. Yeah, that would kind of make it a candidate, but I don't know. The thing about, like, the Spire Coast was that it was basically barren. It was just a coastline with just water as far as you could see and some oil spots. That was about it. and it kind of needed the structural nerf because otherwise it was free real estate.
Yeah. There we go.
I
Putting in
cannot
that
say
swing.
I cannot say the same for the Mushroom Lake. It's already a pretty, even though it's resource rich, it's pretty balanced in terms of like how easy it is to build something complicated there. So I'm, but you know what? Who knows? It's hard to predict what they're going to do with an update, really.
I mean, they do come out and say sometimes, yeah, here's what we're planning, but
yeah, a lot of the
Plans
times
can change.
a lot of times I don't really bother following the updates until they actually
Right.
come out with something concrete, pun not intended. Because it's like usually their updates consist of, hey, here's the thing you've never really thought about, but it turns out could be useful. Like the zip line.
lenders are acquiring sulfur.
Nice.
And that was the hardest thing I had to route.
The oil is really awkward, but I've built here before, and you can work with it. And the problem, the main question I have is, well, what would be better? Tapping this quartz and this nitrogen and these the western oilins to build out way out on the west coast, like at the exact opposite of our starting point on the map? I mean, I just said all that, and then I was like, but you know. Oh, let's see, there's a Caterium out there. I need copper, iron, nitrogen, limestone, water, plenty, quartz. Yeah, I've got 2 nodes there. Alright, so that's the other candidate. We've got Mushroom Crater Lake. And I'd probably be building out on the water, just for simplicity's sake. But, you know, okay, so the real problem is that the iron and the oil need to meet, and they're the furthest apart in this arrangement. Whereas, over here, they're a bit more reasonably situated. I mean, this is going to be another campus-type situation.
Place the power poles exactly in the path of the belting I was placing. Maybe don't do that, genius. Luckily, I don't have anything running in it. It can be dismantled.
Evaluating scouting locations. It sure is something. Well, okay. Are there any other good candidates besides those? There are not that many nitrogen gas spots in the world. Did I just say nitrogen?
Not really, no.
It's only like 5.
What's the check next to the lake? That is a geyser that I tapped. Because I tapped all the geothermal geysers to add power. Which turned out pretty good.
It did.
Northwest. We got
60.
decent quartz. I don't know if nitrogen needs a buff, because there's enough of it for what you need, really. It's as long as you use it efficiently enough, I suppose. Northwest, though. Iron. Oh, but no oil. No oil up there.
Oh, the northwest corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like there's so little over there.
And this particular
That's
build
why
is...
I was doing in my previous personal save, I was doing a weird thing where I was sending a packager, I had a packager sighted and was sending empty aluminum bottles up there by drone
Hmm.
to just have that nitrogen sent literally anywhere else.
Gotcha. Yeah, that
I
is a
never got
weird
past
one.
that point because I couldn't figure out where I wanted them to go.
Hmm. I think it's... I think in terms of, like, resource density, this might be kind of it. Down here. Plenty of oil. That can turn into steel and rubber and plastic.
No.
And then the
All
race
right.
begins.
Now the part I've been basically putting off. I was happier hovering hundreds of meters above open space rather than face the, okay, now I have to run all these freaking
How much
pipes.
copper do I need? I need 170. Oh, that's a fair bit.
Oh, poop. Guess who didn't bring any plastic?
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Any.
Hmm.
And you can't run Mark II pipes.
Without plastic, yeah. No, we need FMFs and turbo motors to be making miners Mark III. Alright. So copper there isn't great, is kind of the main issue with this location. We have an impure and a normal a fair ways out on the way to the nitrogen. Hmm.
Can't believe we
Yes.
put it in this weird little loop here.
I
I mean, it works, but it's such a weird little loop.
Yes, I know you're purring. Hi, kitty.
But I mean, I can do that with just a little bit with the normal and like uh, one power shard. That'd be
Where
enough.
are you?
Plenty of iron, enough limestone, water,
Where is it?
several sources of water.
It's whispering at me. Where is it?
Oh no, the game
Oh,
is
dear.
talking to you.
Here we go.
Found you. They hid it in a bush.
Rude.
No, I grabbed you. Stop talking to me. Thank you. Very rude.
You know what, though? The other consideration I do have to make is train lines for the aluminum ingots. And that is a long way from Aluminum Source XL. Probably don't need that marker anymore.
Are you comfy now? Can I play without you bothering me? Hmm?
Dreamer.
Yeah.
Hum-de-dum. In that case, this area is better for it, because that will be a relatively shorter trip.
I added 3 more pair of block signals to hopefully down on some of this traffic jamming. Make that 4. Where's the nearest one to you? No, no, that's
All right. So I'm probably going to go down there. All right, I'm going to place the remaining 2 radar towers, I think. And then scout out my potential... Oh boy. Potential T8 products factory site. Truck is having a time.
That several cable constructors. I'm not going to need several. Yeah.
and there goes Nick's taxi.
You can have the 1. Circuit boards, cable. I'm going to need lots more cable.
Right. I don't need to go all the way to the hub. I need plastic.
Iron rods and concrete.
Yeah, I brought a mountain of copper sheets to make pipes with, but just forgot that Wade was making Mark II pipes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a classic.
Hey, do you remember the copper sheets? Yes, Mom, I remember the copper sheets. Did you remember the plastic? Crap.
That's how I've felt today. How many times I've had to run back and go, damn it, I forgot a thing.
Part of the next session is probably just going to be like ferrying construction materials to my new site, because I just really don't want to be going back and forth on that.
Oh yeah, staging.
Yeah, staging all my construction materials. Alright, well, I guess we're going way south. Basically gonna complete a ring around the entire map so that we've got power in sight everywhere. And maybe pick up some hard drives along the way. Who knows? We'll see.
Grade my taxi. What the? Oh, please, really? Really?
Yes.
Stupid alpha plasma spitter on that one rock.
Oh
It
yeah.
happened to exactly where I was pausing to think.
Mm-hmm.
Bad place to pause to think, apparently.
How dare you?
Also about to watch my taxi go the other direction from where I'm at. You know, might as well just catch my taxi because I'll get there faster. Even though it's going to run all the way through the hub. Well, I'm waiting for that.
Oh boy.
Oh, kitty. You could
That
jump
really
off my
does look
lap.
like the conspiracy board.
Yeah. I'm not going to wait for you to tell me. I'm just going to hide right now. Alright, let's head down south.
Okay.
Another
That's not
point
Carry on.
against the mushroom crater lake is that I'd need to ferry materials over the swamp over and over again.
Ooh. What's what drones are for?
That is true.
Let the drones do it. Oh, I mean, if you're talking about actually like having delivered materials as part of production, if you're talking about
No.
varying, like staging materials to build with, that's another thing entirely.
Hello, spiders.
But one thing you actually could use the current steelworks for, probably, is your HMF supply. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
know how many HMFs we're technically making, but like, I don't think the tier 8 products require a lot.
I'm just gonna make him on site with an alt recipe.
Yeah, makes sense. You don't have to worry about whether someone grabs too many
I
or
think
something happens to the steelworks.
the Steelworks is making a couple products purely on overflow anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not really something I want to mess with.
As I race the sulfur drone back, yep. If only we could hop on drones.
If only.
Okay, and the fact that I've added a bunch of signals to this process should... Yep. Yeah, reduce the wait time. Start climbing the hill.
Oh boy. This is a big map.
Yeah, this
Yeah, it
long
is.
straight stretch of the original aluminum run had no block signals at any point along.
Oh yeah.
So if you were waiting at the previous block signal going into this, you'd be waiting for a while before you'd be allowed to move. Which wasn't an issue when the aluminum train was literally the only thing here. But
Ah yeah.
Now it's not, yeah.
we're going to have battery deliveries, aluminum deliveries, and aluminum deliveries.
Well, if this is going the way I think it's gonna go, then the train line's gonna end up being extended out further west rather than coming back or looping around.
Well, I was planning on going west anyway. I mean, I built that roundabout at Coal Inlet specifically to be able to start heading west.
Yep. And there's Crater Lake. Coal's in the caves around thereabouts. We got a whole bunch of other resource nodes scattered around here.
Okay. 4 fuels. Get
There's
set up to one
Caterium and
set of
copper, which
pipes.
means the geysers around here. Or at least the water geyser. Yep. There's plenty of resources here, it's just they're pretty far from the plateau. Alright, I guess we're going west. Yeehaw.
Run back and grab more concrete. Are you kidding? Session has just run back and forth the video game for me today.
For that.
Guess I made it loadable so I don't deal with anything. I really should just make a freaking train station out here. I really should.
Alright, this has to go down after a certain point, huh? There's a big old crater there. Well, I've definitely done it now.
Right, what's the distance we can run one of these before it? Once again, using the tried and tested method of start building a pipeline, see how far it stretches, then stop and replace it with a lift.
Mm-hmm.
To there.
Depending on how much I get producing out here, I'll have 1 to 2 drone stations built to drone things back to the mega store so we don't have to come all the way out here for the dang rods. That would suck.
Please click. Thank you. Okay, it'll work. Don't love it, but it'll work.
Yeah, I feel very similarly. I just picked it up.
Compels you to harvest this artifact.
Okay. Well. Rock climbing the modern way.
Nest wheeler.
Oh boy.
my main accomplishment this session will be that we might be making turbo fuel.
Well, that'll be something.
We won't be using it to power anything, but we won't be making the fuel itself. I mean, our capacity graph is still pretty good right now, so
Yeah. Leave me alone.
is there any reason not to do that? No, that would be why. Okay. Guess now I know the reason.
Hope you fell and died. Nope, you're still down there and you're still mad. Well, yep, here we are. Starting forest. Hey, Mother. Yep. Right up there on that ridge, that's where it all began. How does that look? Yep, that looks pretty good.
You are residue. You are fuel. Okay.
All right, that's the southern radar tower placed. Okay then. Oh. Now what? Yeah, now we just go straight west, yeah.
One downside upper packs. That drift.
Honestly, I've kind of gotten used to it at this point.
harvest.
Already did, thank you.
There we go.
Where am I? The map is straight up lying to me now, so, okay.
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
Yeah. It's some Kong. Anything else I'm going to need? I'm low on cables.
Nope.
No,
Always something.
I'm not doing that. I'm double checking my inventory real quick. Be like, okay, I've done this 3 times now. I need to really check for everything I'm going to be building here.
Sure enough.
Just so that's assembler. I have the rotors I need. I've got cables. I'm making cables out there now, so not too much if I get low.
Well, I'm going to be able to make a whole bunch of power shards at the end of this.
Hey.
Just
Slugs.
casually picking up slugs. I can see the Western Islands now.
Wait a minute. I don't need that. Okay.
Maybe not.
I just miss a power lead on this? No? What are you complaining about then? Oh! We have a blender that did not have marching orders.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, that would do
There
it.
we go. It's like, why are you red? You have power.
Okay, so we're east of my radar tower right now. Or west of it. Whoa! Well, might as well see what this is all about then.
What?
Hard drive with some monsters that attacked me from near it.
No. That is going there. That is all the fuel.
So many screws. This one doesn't need anything at all. Period. I'm also full
So one
of
of the
junk.
coast ones?
Yep, one of the coast ones.
Yeah, the one that's on the heavily defended island to the far west also does not require... it just requires you to beat all the monsters.
Well,
5 more blenders to run pipes to. And then I am done, well, done laying pipes to blenders. I still need to feed the HOR pipe from the refineries, but those are the last 2 steps.
aha.
The fun thing about placing the pipe crosses
There we go.
is that within a certain amount of vertical distance, you can still get the guidelines. So what I do is I find the guideline for the upper pipe by using the lower pipe to say, yeah, about here, and I just go up in place.
Mm. Alright, I've now connected my coastline power line to the line I put out for that southwestern radar tower. So there's now a loop there.
Okay.
What do you mean I'm out of iron rods?
What?
Okay then. We're gonna have to dismantle some of these poles for a bit. Oh, I'm dropping a lot of frames.
Uh-oh. Don't want that. Okay. HOR. Let's go. Okay.
I'm going to start locally recording the rest of this stream just in case.
Just, yeah.
The first part of the stream, from my perspective, was just a lot of planning anyway, so... Alright.
Here. Do I want to know what that noise is?
Usually no.
Well, I'm not using Comcast on my end, but I was having some internet troubles.
That's it. That's everything for the inputs. $400 and how many? Yeah. Mark II pipes, baby. About the only thing I should have done differently. Come on. When directing Nyx to build the massive blenders, just to make sure the outputs were facing. But it's okay. It's not a problem. Just haven't put down extra joints.
Yeah, I just had them all facing the center because you hadn't really mentioned if you wanted them pointed a particular way.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about it. Okay. How far can you go? And that is that far. Oh,
Mam
research.
research.
Wow, it's been a while.
So, electric motor, which is electromagnetic control rod and rotors.
Yeah. The very late game product to make a very early game product.
Mm-hmm.
Fine black powder,
Fine.
which is sulfur plus compacted coal to make black powder.
Oh, that last one hurts me.
Classic battery. Sulfur, alkyd aluminum sheet, plastic, and wire to make battery.
I thought about that one once when I had it come up. I'm not sure we want it, but it is an interesting alt.
Yeah, I think it's the best one here.
And there is the turbo fuel output. Oh, then I gotta start placing power.
Pull down here and then get the. Oh, I still have so many steps to do for this stupid thing. Don't mind me, just screaming internally.
It's
No
that
worries.
kind of day.
Yeah. Very true.
Normally, this many steps does not make me want to go insane, but today it's trying. It's really trying. Okay.
Like I don't want to actually cover that area.
I really should have made a spreadsheet for everything I'm gonna need for this. I really should have.
That's why I spent the first hour in Satisfactory.
Because I do not have any kind of idea of how much I need to be making at once. And I'm sitting here like, I should have figured that out.
Where my first 16 fuel generators are going to go. First, a gigantic fuel buffer.
At least if nothing else, I'm making this building big enough that if I need to add more things to make more, I can do that. It's going to be an excessive building for all this, but I don't care right now.
Okay.
I'm manufacturing iron rods on the spot so that I can continue laying down all these power poles.
3 of those.
Paragraph is going to show a slight change in our usage.
Is it now?
Oh yes.
Consumption dropped a bit, it looked like.
A little bit of a variation. Is the crude oil just not in yet? Oh, right. Yeah, none of this is going to do anything until I start putting some crude oil pipes to actually connect the refineries at the back. Actually bring enough plastic. I had assumed I had, but...
Getting there.
Assuming that was Swatch 2, it must have been. Yep. Love when you're using the customizer in the games. It's like, yeah, I know you think you clicked there, but you didn't. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at the lovely, lovely polymer resin going to get smashed. Holy crow, I think it's working.
And there we go. Now I can continue my northward journey. A few hundred iron rods heavier. Because I just plain old forgot to restock before I left. Amazed I got this far without a restock there. And this is clearly going to be all I get done today because I'm going to be just... beside myself. You said there was a free hard drive on the western heavily defended island, right?
Yeah. If you,
I'm in the area.
yeah, it's because there's the two pure nodes, and the southern pure node is on that kind of like just flat desert stretch of island, and due west of there is a crash site heavily defended. How are we doing here anyway?
Excuse me.
Yep, right over there.
Oh.
300 a minute, 300 a minute. That's what we're doing. Almost at sustainable production. Waiting for pipes to catch up.
Oh, of course.
Trying really hard.
All right. Let's go.
Industrial fluid buffer is filling up with turbo fuel.
The most powerful technique in combat, strafe jumping.
All right. Can I symbols high? I'm gonna want to go 8 down.
Okay, I will have. Okay, that's a lot of material. That's a lot of quick wire I need to be making. Okay. This is exactly why I left room to expand my little Caterium site, because I had a feeling I wasn't making enough. Lo and behold, I am absolutely not going to be making enough.
I need 14. That
Now that I've got machines down and I can look at the recipes, now I'm getting a more clear idea of what all I need. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay.
And we're coming up on radar tower site, approximately.
I might take that limestone that I see over there and turn it into a minor concrete site, because holy crap.
having concrete available in different places is not a bad plan.
Because at the current moment, every time I need concrete, I have to run all the way back to base.
7 by 11. This is 2
And that's western side. Just to make absolutely sure we can see those oil nodes.
And a lot of pure bauxite. One pure Caterium that's off by its own, so.
Why do I not have a... Oh, because that's on there. That's why.
I'm going to try and make this power ring line hook up with your operation out here next.
Yeah, might as well.
Because I'm in the area.
Yeah, you're in the area.
And I see your building.
That's how that works. Boy, I'm gonna really feel like foolish if I put all these down and only to find I did it wrong.
Let me get a wall socket for you. Connected to my building. I just need to run over there.
Generators on, yeah.
Like to slide jump without my cover pack going off, please.
Oh, I goofed that. Oh well. Live and learn.
Howdy.
Howdy. Oh, no. Let's
Oh.
Where am I?
I know. I did just a tiny bit wrong.
There we go.
There you go. There's your connected loop.
More or less.
Still have to run home for concrete, but hey.
Alright. Oh. We now have the entire map radared, so...
Wow.
That we do.
And a couple more hard drives for good measure.
I unironically could have made this steelworks out in the beginner forest. There's a perfect spot I could have done. That's hilarious.
There's a number of spots where you just have plentiful iron and coal.
And
Yeah, they would
Katerium.
have to have made it so that the baby starter map would have something like that, because like you need steel fairly early on, relatively speaking.
Once you've got iron and copper and concrete all figured out, basically the next step is steel.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much right after coal power, you are thinking about steel.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What?
I'm just amazed the Katerium out there in the baby forest is a pure. They don't put a lot of pures out anymore.
Not these days.
Mm.
Alright, well, we've got power lines to pretty much most major locations on the entire map now.
Nice.
You can hover pack just about anywhere.
I'm gonna miss my train.
Now to figure out how to get home.
Come to the supercomputer site and wait for a taxi. Or take the hypertube. Either or. Because I've got power poles from the Katerium site leading all the way to...
Yeah, I'm just going to take the supercomputer campus hypertube. Oh,
yeah, it's probably a good idea considering I just missed my train. I don't really feel like telling it to turn around, so... Hypertube it is. It's about time anyway.
I'm going to get these 16 generators online. And that will probably be my contribution to the proceedings. But I will be bringing 16 generators online.
hey.
Hey.
My contribution will have been literally 2 radar towers and a whole bunch of power lines. That is the sum amount of my effort today. And one really complicated node graft.
I've got deuterium stuff being made. That's it so far.
That's something.
I feel like I have not done a lot today.
Was that really? It's been like 2.5 hours, yeah.
I swear, in this game, even if you feel like you're doing absolutely nothing, the time disappears.
Yeah. Sometimes the game just presents you with a really complicated math and logistics problem, and you spend 3 hours just ticking the clock, just thinking
So
about it.
looking at this, I'm looking at this fuel generator. I'm like, where am I going to run the power leads from? And I'm kind of looking up at it. Then I look up some more, and there's a power stud on the floor of the blender section. It's like, I'll just connect to that, run it down here. I'll need to run some kind of power this way, but I can at least hover again.
Woohoo.
The thing I need to do is actually need to run fuel down here.
I've basically done a loop of the entire map in this session. Started in the desert, went south, and then west, then north, and then here I am coming back east. Alright, plastic smart plating, automated miner, or quick wire cable.
Quick wire cable.
Which is
What?
quick wire and rubber to make cable.
And rubber.
Oh,
It's the hand rubber part. You were fine
Yeah.
until, you know.
You had me in the first half. I was
Not
so
gonna
ready.
lie.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Man, this sucks. This roll sucks. I want to look at the gotcha odds.
Right.
At this point, I'm wondering if we should just take automated miner to get it out. It's shown up so often.
It's kind of cursed, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but got a point.
Yeah, alright.
Let us get that. Now I just need to run. No. No.
Where did you say you had
Logistics.
filters being produced? I need to refill, I think.
They are being stored at the Megadrone site.
Ah, right, okay.
They'll be on the bin behind the normal filters.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I've got hypertubes to take me right there.
Has an invalid shape. What?
Because I invested in infrastructure here.
Let's build nodes. Noodle. Noodle let me build the pipe. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Noodle. Oh. Bugger.
Miner makes sense, but miners are just so cheap to make. You just plop down an equipment workshop and crank a couple out.
Oh, that was a poor choice. No, that was bad. That was bad, and I should feel bad. It's the one time when you're using the D-res gun on something and you don't get the thing back. It's like you don't suddenly have a sloshing pile of turbo fuel in your inventory.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's just going to be ugly, and there's nothing I can do about that. And it's also not perfectly straight, and I'm just going to have to live with that.
Ooh, there we go. Iodine infused filters.
Nope. Put in the junctions, then make them meet. We have learned this. Put in your pipe crosses, then link them. If you try to put the pipe crosses along the way, sometimes things don't work right.
There are no gas filters overflowing at the moment.
I have just added 600 megawatts power to the system. There will be more. That's only 4 of my generators, and I placed 16.
Yeah, you weren't kidding about spaghetti in the second floor, huh?
Yep. And it's just going to get worse the more things go to Megadrone.
You definitely gave yourself space for it.
And I've given myself enough space because it's on the second floor to expand it if need be. It may end up with a very bloated tummy, that building.
I hate when it does that. Trying to run a power line, it's like, oh no, you wanted a new power pole on top of the other power pole, right?
Oh, I hate it when it
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
That is 8 generators online. Come on. Come on, autosave, thank you. I brought like nearly 500 copper sheets, and I might barely make this.
That's... yeah.
78, 76, 66. Oh boy. 62. Oh, placed that wrong. Come on. One more chunk and we're there. I have 30 left. Or generators. Just need to run power to these last 4 and I can be done. Oh, how about not falling to our death? Thank you. Halfway between.
And I am back home.
Yay!
Around the world in 90 minutes. Time to drop off all this organic junk.
But now you don't have to hand make your radiation filters anymore.
That is nice. I did steal some gas filters from the production line to restock.
That's fine. Yeah, gas filters have their own box, and same with the radiation one.
Oh boy, we've collected 16 Mercer spheres and 17 Summer Sloops. Yay!
Yeah. Yay.
Ah, jeez.
We go.
There's the map.
Puga and or Chaka. Come on. Come on, Discord. You can do it.
Oh, it's neat so far.
Just barely clears, too. That's the reason I went with 8. First 16 out of the proposed 107 fuel generators.
Yeah, why do you go that big again?
Well, when I had nearly 600 crude oil to work with,
Yeah, fair.
and there's still more to get out of that because someone overclocked the fracker. Some absolute weirdo.
Who, me?
Yeah, who could that have possibly been?
Well, if we ever need more power, it's right there, ripe for the taking.
We might not.
Yeah, considering that the next step after this is going to be radiation, we're probably fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we might be good on all of our future power needs. We shall see.
I mean, at this point, the nice thing is, you know, we have this block. I can add blocks anytime. Another block of 16 is easy to place.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. You
But we
have,
don't have to expand it. We can just be like, hey, it's time for another block of 16. Okay, chunk, 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 chunk.
Indeed. All right. So I've got a plan for the T8 product site. It's going to be amazing. And I think I've decided on the location, even though it has its own quirks.
I know why you're idle, because there's not nearly enough usage to justify the huge amounts we're making. So you've got a location and a battle plan, or at least an equipment plan, or
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. It's going to be probably one of the more unusual builds I've ever done, though. But if it all comes together as planned, then we get, you know, a bunch of the Tier 8 products done and dealt with at, you know, one manufacturer pace. So.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which, considering the complexity involved, will be pretty something.
here.
And then
Oh,
we can
I made a power plant.
Drone them all home and let Nix figure out where to store them.
Right.
Basically. At least the nice part of the Mega Drone storage. Pieces that don't immediately go into things can be stored.
There's the sulfur drone doing its thing. Dump off some more sulfur, buddy. As the little ear antennae go down. And there they are. Okay. Now it's time to see which train I catch home. So I think I'm done with this site for a bit. Merrymaker. Nix Taxi is on its way to not me. Okay. Duck Taxi is leaving the downtown area. Oh, but yeah, no, this.
I think the plan next session is just to go over and build just the first and second order parts that require the oil and the iron and the limestone and copper.
Cool.
Just all the stuff that needs to be staged before it's all combined into the third, fourth, and fifth order parts.
Okay. Well, I will be happy to take marching orders. It's like, hey, we need a this over here. Okay.
Maybe. Well, actually, what I'm gonna need is gonna be the train station over that way. That
Well,
delivers the aluminum ingots.
as it so happens, I might be the guy for that.
Yeah. And then from there, who knows? It's gonna be a heck of a build. Probably, like, Supercomputer Campus I thought was one of my more ambitious builds. This might actually take the cake in that regard.
It was a dry run.
Yeah, it was kind of a dry run for this. It was proving the concept of a sprawling campus factory rather than a single building factory, and it was proven, so we're going to do that again. Oh boy, oh boy.
And now I fully appreciate Spud's sense of relief that he didn't have to build another power plant, because I'm ready to be not building another power plant.
Finally, you understand.
Oh yeah, considering that I just built is based on notes I took when I was making mine. It's like, oh yeah, you need a 7x11 grid, And you squish a couple of those side by side, and you can get 16 fuel generators on that.
Mm-hmm.
4 rows of 4. And if you shape them and or place them in just the right way, it all comes out nice and neat and even. Give me my train. I want my train home. I've kind of got that down to a system, so...
Probably more efficient than mine, really. Mine is very spaced out.
Yeah, I figured out how many will fit reasonably. And what I wanted is kind of a replicatable block.
Yeah.
Instead of just having it sprawl out infinitely. It's like, okay, an 8 generator 7 by 11 grid, and that the 7 by 11 gives me enough wiggle room to work around it as well. It's not exactly tightly packed, but it's compact, but not super compact. Probably something interesting up there. There's an explodable rock on the top of that pillar. One of these days we're going to have to go up there and find out what it is. But it's like, I basically have a modular system. I can just, we need another 8 generators. Okay, 7 by 11 grid, chunk, 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 chunk. Where's my power? Where's my fuel? Done. So as we need to expand, we can just go up there, throw down another 8 or 16. Oh, look,
Yeah.
We've got power again.
Yeah, having the space optimized in advance is very good, because that space does expand very quickly as the numbers go up.
On my way home, and just in time, too.
Yep. I can probably write that off the to-do, because it's basically done. It's just...
Oh, the turbo power, or...
Yeah, turbo power.
Yeah, it's essentially done. I can go back and add power anytime.
It's an expandable installation.
Yeah. It basically means that most of the equipment is sitting idle, because the 16 generators we have are like 1/10.
Yeah.
Quite that small percentage, but it's still only a fraction of what that whole thing can power. But the good news is, as long as the waste products are being handled,
It'll just keep going, yeah.
everything just kind of sits there waiting for, I guess it's time for me to fire up now. It's not like the recycled water aluminum problem where, something backs up and the whole thing comes to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
Haha, I got the light first.
Fuel is at least forgiving in that respect.
Yeah. Even blended turbo fuel. I went to go check on one of the blenders and it was like, yeah, I'm sitting idle. I'm like, why are you idle? Oh, right. Because there's almost more blenders than generators right now.
Yep. Plus, like, burn speed is kind of relative to consumption rate across the entire grid, so... No, wait, no. They changed that. They changed that so...
They changed that. It's always burning.
It's always burning at 100%, yeah. Or at clock speed, yeah.
Self-driving, come to a halt.
It used to be that burn speed was... or consumption speed was... Fuel speed was relative to...
related, yeah.
But no. And probably for the best, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yep, T8 products and electromagnetic rods. You got it. Okay, and we have under the pink light. Come on. Oh, because it was auto-saving as I was trying to do that. Thanks. Thanks, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
Like, why are you hanging up on me now? 25th day. And what does our tally say?
Survey says.
77 and a quarter hours.
Dang.
Lordy.
We put in just a skosh under 3 hours. All right, we've got to save.
I gotta say, if we got some plans. All right, that's
Hey.
We do. We know what we're doing next. We have done some things we needed to get done, even if it felt like a mostly tedium and planning
I
session.
really
It
needed to
all
know.
got us where we needed to be.
I needed to be in game to look at the alternate recipes in order to figure out that plan, because I needed
yeah.
to be able to whittle down some of those steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but that'll be it for tonight. See y'all later.
Have a good night.
Good night.